And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome into Malik. You were, of course, first in the chat today. Welcome into Rados, Firo Guy, Snail Shoes, Master P, Paul Anthony as well. I hope everyone's doing fantastically here on this Wednesday. Let's get the game screen up, shall we? We've got the graphics half up already. Good morning, Deadpool. I hope you're having a great start to your day. We are going to update our starter Pokemon, so we will change Totodile to Barboach to give us the biggest challenge. We won't change Chikorita. Gonna go for Hidden Power Ice this time. Should our Pokemon evolve? Absolutely. No to the rival changing, and yes to the guaranteed HM friend encounters. Welcome in, Gemma. And hopefully work goes very well for you today, Adrian. I know it's always a bit of a slog first day after vacation. Very quickly, before we get into the challenge run, we now have a new feature in the challenge run patch requested by the lovely Snowy. If you go here, you can modify your hidden power even more. So you can go and select your hidden power type, and then you can get the top, high, middle, low, middle, or bottom set of DVs for that. So we're going to go top in this case. And that will change your DVs to be in each of those brackets. So say, for instance, you're running a special attack and you don't want any physical attack. You can still set your DVs and your hidden power type. And then if you hit yourself in confusion, you're not going to do as much damage. It's wet today here in the United Kingdom, as it always is. Let's take a little look at the front sprite of Barboach. We're going to be really boring with the name. We're just going to call it Fish. Oh no, that's not good news, Gemma. And here is the front sprite of Barboach. Not bothered to do the dex number because I was lazy, but we have 21 HP at level 5. Holding a berry, and our only move is Mud Slap. We've got 11 in attack, 10 in defense, 11 in special attack, 10 in special defense, and 12 in speed. Welcome in, David. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. Let us now find me mouse so I can do the timer. And let's get started. Hurricane Kirk is tracking below us, thank goodness, here in the United Kingdom. But I know that if you're in, especially Iberia, it's not doing nice things. And if anybody is in Florida, my thoughts are with you, of course, for Milton, who is proving to be quite a nasty affair, isn't he? But if you are in Florida, I really hope you, your friends, your family, everybody is as safe as you can possibly be. Now, we're going to have a bit of a fight on our hands at the beginning of this challenge, because we are going to need to get up to level 7 in order to defeat youngster Mikey. Because, of course, we only have Mud Slap at the moment. And why are we trying to Mud Slap a Hootsuit? That won't work. Grab the potion, and grab the PlayStation Network Cure Berry. Get the mystery egg, and we'll start doing a little bit of grinding on our way down. Of course, if you do want to play this patch or any other backport that we do, it is available on the website trainersquidgy.com. I'm sure you'll be able to get a much better time than me. But for now, we are just going to try and beat up this Poliwag. Poliwag's really good experience, which is why I've set the timer to be just shy of night. So you've got 8 minutes of nighttime left, which should be more than enough before it swaps to morning and we have that nice yellow palette again. Gonna do a slight bit more grinding, get another Poliwag, which is what we want. Then I reckon, you know, we'll go in with Struggle against the rival. That'll probably be the best option. Then that should hopefully, in theory, get us up to level 7. Welcome in, Luke. Hopefully work went well for you today. There we go. Bit of an endeavour. One battle away from getting Struggle. Getting Water Gun, but we have defeated the rival. I like the sprite work for it. It's pulled directly from Gen 3, I've got to be honest. So it's not really my work. I just did recolouring. I like Water Ground as a type combination. Planning on doing Gastrodon probably in the next month or so. And I have settled on Friday stream, we're going to be doing an Egg Move redo of the Psyduck line. And if you're anything like me, you'll probably enjoy the Psyduck line, and if you have a little sneak preview of its egg moves, it could prove to be one of our quickest challenges to date. We've got Water Gun on the learn set now, so we'll swap to that because it's a slightly higher base power move. And we're not going to be doing Sprout Tower early in this one. Absolutely no way in hell we'd get through there. But we do now have something at least to beat up flying types. So we'll take on Joey, we'll take on Mikey, we'll get as much experience as we can before taking on Falkner. Then I reckon we'll do Sprout Tower after we've got 7 badges. I wish I could remember the evolution level for this one. That is very true. It doesn't look smart enough to learn Future Sight, but somehow it does, and I'm not going to complain. It's a shame it just can't learn Psychic on its own, though. That would be even handier. We will find out together. Hopefully we won't need to do much grinding in this one. So I'm hoping we don't have to grind for an Evo. I believe we'll have base 60 speed throughout the course of the challenge as well, which should be okay for Red. That would make a lot of sense as to Barboach's typing, that's for sure. Wade is defeated. I accidentally spoke to him when I meant to just walk away. Did I get the Bitterberry, actually? Yes, I did. Always best to double check that Bitterberry. Oh dear, we're out of Water Gun PP. We'll have to abandon that Hoot Hoot. Alright, let's go into our first gym together. This is, of course, Falkner's Flying-type gym. He's going to have 2 trainers beforehand. I hope they don't beat us up too badly. Instead of potioning, I'm just going to run back to the PMC for this one. I reckon this one's going to be at its toughest until we get Hidden Power. Oh, lovely, your critical hit. That's just what we wanted. We'll try going in with 30 HP. Should be enough, but you never know. All depends on whether Falkner crits. Which he doesn't, so we get through first try. 603 for the Zephyr badge. I'm going to assume it's around about level 30 to evolve. It's whatever the standard evolution level is. As with all the backports, it's going to be the same way as every other Pokemon to evolve. Or should I say the same way as it evolves in every other generation. We'll pick up the Purr's Cure Berry. Not that I think we'll need it in this one, but it's always lucky to have. Let us now beat up. Who is this? It's youngster Albert, of course it is. Supersonic misses. Price drinking us does barely anything at all. Yeah, even though we evolve before we get Earthquake, we still get it really low. I think it's like 35 after evolution. So we should have it in time for the Jasmine fight, which is all that really matters there. We'll have Stab Surf and Stab Earthquake, which is going to be kind of ridiculous. Now, one thing, because we've got the challenge run patch, is we can avoid picking up the Great Balls and saving a little bit of time that way. So we can just use regular Pokeballs and they catch first time now. Welcome in, Chad. Never apologise for being late. I feel this one's getting off to a much stronger start than Wooper did. Just at first impression, anyway. Welcome in, Marcel. You did catch the live. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Also, apologies if I sound a little bit croaky today. Don't know why I've got a frog in my throat. I was fine earlier, it just seems to have happened just before stream. We might as well get the experience off those Geodude. No sense in not doing it if we've got a super effective move. The back sprite is very cute. Pulled directly from the Gen 3 back sprite, and I think it works really well in Gen 2. That was a really poor effort from Magnitude then, wasn't it? Just Magnitude 4. We spent so long in that cave that it's now daytime. Goodness. Caught by Hiker Anthony this time shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Critical hit sealed his fate there. Yes, I believe 4 is the lowest Magnitude can do. I think it's 4 through to 10. Had the chat with Kurtz, pausing the timer at 9:52 to catch the HM friends. That's a Paris. And that is a Psyduck. We'll unpause the timer now and make our way into Slowpoke Well. And this was a nice and easy backport to do because we didn't really have any later gen moves to worry about. I just hope the overlay is cooperating this time. Of course, on the... Oh, who did we run? Ambipom on Monday. We had a couple of issues with the overlay showing the wrong moves. Yes, Magnitude is a very good ground move early, but it doesn't work against flying types. You've got to really choose your moments to do it. I agree, Whiscash is very underrated as a Pokemon. It's one of the reasons why I decided to backport it. And I thought with us doing so much Gen 3 content now, first Magnitude 10 of the challenge by the way, with us doing so much Gen 3 content now, I want to bring some of the Generation 3 Pokemon into Gen 2. Twins are down, let's now take on Bug Catcher Owl. Kind of hoping for a high roll there, but a mix of Magnitude and Water Gun is just perfectly cromulent. Didn't get poisoned by that Poison Sting, good start. And ideally I want to be level 19 going into the second rival battle. Because at that point we will have Amnesia. So we can set up against the Ghastly if need be. But this could be a dangerous battle, actually. Gonna have to pause the timer to rewind. This battle is very much unwinnable. I saved slightly too early. Or slightly too late, I should say. There we go, we'll unpause the timer. Got caught by him again. Let's just go and do a quick heal. Then if need be, we can beat up a couple of Geodude. After the Bugsy battle, because I doubt we're going to be 19 on the nose by then. Right, onto the side that we go. Perfect. I didn't have that either, but we don't have any moves to take care of Paris. Let's very quickly get a couple of levels. I'm sure we can take on this, or a level, I should say. 2 battles should do it. A Rat and a Spearow. There we go, we've got Amnesia. We're now able to at least try and resist Rival 2's Razor Leaf, which could prove to be a bit of a threat otherwise. Though we are running the risk of being paralysed. Just do the double, then we'll do Magnitude there. Bayleaf comes out, Magnitude's probably going to be our best option. Oh, even with a double Amnesia, that's hard. Oh, that's really bad. That was a lot harder hitting than I expected. Now we've got to very much roll the RNG at Rival 2. We've not done this for a little bit, have we? I think just try and lower the accuracy first. Nope. Welcome in, Rumus. This is going to be a very tough battle. Didn't actually mean to do Magnitude as turn 2 move then. Right, onto the grind we go. Welcome in the Lockstar. I genuinely thought with 3 Amnesias we'd be fine at Rival 2. Shows what I know. But I've realised that I'd have done some pre-grinding in the forest. And because we're in medium fast, this is going to take a while. Been a good 20 or 30 streams since we've had to do this particular grind, though. So I'm kind of happy with that. Yes, medium fast is a very deceptive name. It's slower at the start, but it does then speed up towards the high 50s, early 60s, I believe. At least we've got Geodude to fall back onto, with its 4 times weakness to water. Hoppip's also very decent experience, even if it can synthesize. One or two more battles should hopefully do it. There we go, we're up to 20. We'll give it another go now. Of course, we're going to heal in the Pokemon Center first. We have a berry. No, we don't. Not that it would really make a difference with Razor Leaf anyway. Let's try that again, shall we, and do the correct moves. Through the Ghastly, back onto the Bayleaf. It's as if Mud Slap didn't reduce the accuracy at all then, wasn't it? Probably going to have to get more levels. Whitney with Delibird is not a fun experience. No, that is very much unwinnable. And welcome in Dragon Princess never apologised for things like that. Yep, more levels it is. I might even risk Sprout Tower, even though it's going to be a big amount of time to get there and back. It could be the play, you know. I'm purposely not wearing a repel because I want every single last bit of level that I can get. I wish we could just have started with Whiscash. Yep, Bellsprout is neutral to ground, but it's still going to be a pretty tough place. You know times are desperate when you're taking on the Magikarp, man. Hoppip, we will absolutely take you out. With the accuracy drops, it was a slightly rigged coin flip in our favour, but still very likely that it'll hit 3 times in a row. That's one of the sages done. I reckon Mud Slap's actually a guaranteed one-shot on these. Water Gun probably is as well at this point, to be fair. And even if we don't get many levels, or even if we don't get up to 22 in Sprout Tower, at least it's done. It is kind of strange that some of the sages do have Hoot Hoots, but I'm definitely not going to complain at that. Right into Sprout Tower. On the very top we go. Where I didn't think I'd be at this point in the challenge. 2 one-shots on the threatening Pokemon at least. Oh, just shy of level 22. For goodness sake. We'll use the escape rope and we'll do the walk of shame back to Azalea now. That's not the way to go. Goodness me. There is a reason why Rival 2 is the most notorious rival battle in most Pokemon games, though. And this is exactly it. He can be a wall, especially if you've got a quad weakness to him. Let's heal up, and let's try once again. First thing we've got to do is dodge the paralysis. His Bailey team is definitely the hardest of the three. Right, so he's now at lowest accuracy. We're in with a chance. Not a huge chance, but we are definitely in with a chance. There we go, we are through Rival 2. Thank goodness for that. Stick those repels up at top spot now. We can progress through this video game. Fantastic. If this was the video, I would have put in the gym leader victory for that one instead of the Rival 2 music. For some reason we do learn Headbutt. Not going to complain at that. Get rid of Mud Slap at this point. Headbutt's probably going to be the more cromulent move. There we go, the reset sign for Abra is working. So if you're struggling to get an Abra with the guaranteed HM friends, talk to one of the signs and an Abra will then mysteriously appear. Of course, the next time we battle the rival, we will, of course, have an Ice-type move. I know, if only we had Headbutt for the rival, it would have gone so much easier. That was likely our hardest Jotonian battle. Might have some difficulties through the league, hopefully not. We've got a long way to go until we get there. I feel like beating up some trainers now. With a backport like this, there really wasn't too many moves to add. Whiscash and Love Disc especially feel like they could just slot into Generation 2 naturally. The only moves we didn't bother with were the sport moves. There was really no need for them. Now we are going to get the Quickie C in this instance, I think. If we have that 23% chance of outspeeding Whitney, could be in for a better time at her gym. Before we get Dig, actually, I want to face this Pokefan. Because he has a Raichu, we can one-shot it and get a lovely load of experience. What I will say about backports is I always pick them to try and be interesting Pokemon. And I never ever consider them to be on the main series leaderboard. Because they're not native to Generation 2 and a lot of them do have unfair advantages. No rest or snore on this channel, please. Thank you very much. Let's now have a little chat with Floria. We'll reorganise the team. And then we'll think about taking on Whitney. Welcome in, Alajango. You missed the pain and suffering of Rival 2. I'm hoping the rest of this challenge will be a lot smoother now. Most of my recent challenges have finished under 8 resets. So having 8 at this point in the challenge is not great. Talking of bite, we just got bit by a Snubble. Right, Whitney, do your worst. Zap Cannon, thank goodness we're ground type. There we go. Whitney was easy. We'll have Surf now for the next gym leader as well. So slowly things are going onwards and upwards. Welcome in, Bundy Buddy. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping warm. Let's headbutt the Drowsy for God's sakes. Oh no, that's not good news. Are we seriously having a 6-turn sleep? Sleep in Generation 2 is so overpowered. One down, 4 to go. The amount of times we get sent to sleep, though, and it's a 6-turn sleep, is absolutely ludicrous. Thank you, Lucas. We now have Surf. I think the game is going to open up a little bit now. Welcome in, Oddish. How are you today? Very good idea, Bundy Buddy. Apologies that that question slipped through the net. I like Whiscash as well. It's that 4 times weakness to grass, really is pesky at the start. Oh no, you were sick last week. I really hope you're on the mend now. I'm glad you're doing miles better. Thank you for popping in, Dragon Princess. You get yourself some good rest before work. I hope work goes very well for you. We are getting caught by all the spinners today, aren't we? No sense in skipping this one, though. He's got 3 Pokemon weak to Surf. Ron is also very good experience, so I like taking him on if we're taking this route up to the Lake of Rage. Full Restore, nice to have. Terrible movement there, goodness me. And if you are still here, Dragon Princess, I am going to be recording probably next month for January, the Ledion Challenge, and I still have the nickname written down that you requested. Really don't want to get rid of any of those moves, but I think at the moment, Magnitude is the one to get rid of. I don't know the Ultra games well enough to even think about answering that question. That sounds like a very pleasant tea. Miltank, it's Ghosts of Gym Leaders Past. Let's get rid of it. That's a lot of a problem with the Alola games. Around about half your time is spent in cutscenes, so I would just get bored. I don't understand why Miltank's widely hated. It's not a bad Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. I have said it many times here on the channel, but the problem with Whitney 90% of the time is that bloody Clefairy. She whittles you down enough for then roll out to knock you out. Yep, the 5 times double slap. The metronome. Pain splits, the zap cannons, the explosions. Oh, Perish Song would be terrible as well. And now we shall evolve into Whiscash. Pausing the timer so we can have a little look at the front sprite. You know what, in all my time doing Generation 2 challenge running, I have never got Destiny bonded by Whitney's Clefairy. It's one of very few moves that hasn't come up. I mean, to be fair, he is questioning reality. The back sprite's a little bit squished, but I think we made it work. We now have actually a very powerful Pokemon on our hands. That is true, it's not like the Donphan back sprite. And of course, if you do want to play this backport or any other backport we've run together in recent times on the channel, it is available at tradersquidgy.com. There is a backports tab, and you are free to download the patch. Full instructions on patching the game are also available on the website if you do need a bit of help there. The only thing I can't tell you how to do is get a copy of Pokémon Crystal. That bit you'll have to figure out yourself. I do adore Whiscash. Bias towards this line was a lot of the reason why it ended up being backported. Welcome in, Liam. You can say merci to Whiscash if you like. Let's see how we get on here now. Our critical hit does just over half. That's absolutely fine. We can deal with that. Fall through the floor. And release the beasts. We need to grab that extra HP up. And this time we are going to go into the Pokemon Center. Can't see any reason for us struggling at Morty. But it'll give us a smoother ride up to Chuck then. Enjoy your food, Luke. I'm sure we'll catch up a little bit later on. Yes, the enemy does get stab. If you don't release the beasts, then you cannot get into Morty's gym. Releasing the beasts is part of the prerequisites of making Morty come back to the gym. I only know that because there were a couple of challenge runs in the early days where I forgot to release the beasts after I fell through the floor. I do like, though, in Generation 2, in Gold and Silver, I should say, those battles are completely optional. I doubt we've any need for the soft sand, really. The extra 10% boost, it's not really going to be worth it. There's very few Pokemon we would range where it would come in handy. We'd be better off holding something like Nevermelt Ice to boost our Hidden Power Ice. The hole's still there. So you don't have to refight the rival. That bloody sailor. Gonna teach strength to Psyduck now. The reason we teach strength there is so that our cursors then overfly, or when we get fly off Chunk's wife. Might as well get free experience. Oh, I am thinking actually. Oh, good lord, we're not doing that actually. Do it the other way around. Because Jasmine is altogether going to be the easier fight out of Chuck and Jasmine. So we'll take her on first. We'll get a nice little defense boost that way from her badge as well. So it does pay to be flexible in these challenges. Right, so our fifth gym leader is Jasmine. Steel type specialist who's going to lead with 2 Magnemite, hopefully. She might send out Steelix second, I'm not sure. No, Magnemite number 2. And we should be able to one-shot this Steelix. There we go. Then we can just teleport. So even though it takes 20 to 30 seconds to cross back over the ocean, that extra in defense could prove to be all the difference here. I think the era of hard battles for Fish, at least at the moment, should be over. I can't see anything getting too badly in the way. So probably the Pokémon League, and even then, we've got a very good type combination on our hands. The only issue could be PP management here, you know. So what I might do is I might route in a couple of extra PP ups. Favourite fossil? I haven't really given them much thought, to be honest. Storm badge in 45 minutes and 1 second. If I was forced to pick a favourite fossil, it would probably be Aurorus. Let's now think about what we want to do. Repel. Cradley is a design choice, I will say that much. I like how you're saying that Chuck is skinny, but his wife says he's getting a bit fat. I think Tyrantrum gets Strong Jaw as well, so all the biting moves are going to be very powerful on that. Right, let's do ourselves the Rocket Underground, because we have to. Don't particularly want to, but the game is forcing us into it. Every so often I will pick up the Gold Berry from the Ruins of Alph. The Flash Room contains a Gold Berry, which especially, and it's a very niche case, but electric types against Bruno really benefit from that gold berry. It's probably the most niche item that we can pick up. Level 38 acquired. Press the secret switch. If this game didn't have limited inventory, it would be a hell of a lot easier. Because at the moment, we're running probably 1 or 2 items ahead of what we should have. Like that potion, for instance, we can get rid of that. Get rid of the antidote. Don't need the Parlor's Heal. Keep everything else for now. Yes, it is even worse in Gen 1, where you just have the one single pocket. Now, I'm not 100% sure that I got that first password, so I'm going to take a couple of seconds to double check. You know what, while we're here, we'll pick up that extra full heal. Could have come in handy if we get status. I've been learning more about Generation 1. They did that in Legends Arceus, didn't they? They sold more inventory space, not through a battle pass, but just through in-game mechanics. I would be staunchly against that, though. I do wonder when Pokemon are going to start selling boosted shiny odds, though. With actual real-life money. You know what? Let's get Amnesia into its correct slot. And there's no sense in using a super effective move if you can one-shot with something else. Then, you get slowed down. I did like the crafting of items as well. Legends Arceus is a very fun game. Definitely one of the best recent, well, not even recent, one of the best Pokemon entries of all time, in my opinion. And just a reminder, everybody, after we've got our 7th badge and we've made our way through to Blackthorn, we will take our, hopefully, only break of this challenge. I have Delibird coming out just around about Christmas this year. So we'll have to see how well Delibird does there. I will say it is a video for the ages. Not voiced it yet. But it was definitely a challenge. Then to make up for it, we've got Iron Bundle coming out pretty much the day after. I mentioned this in a voiceover that's coming up, actually. But I have already celebrated things like Christmas and Halloween. Because I've done my Halloween content. I've just recorded all my Christmas content. So for me, it feels like we're in 2025 already. It's a very weird time skip that goes on when you're a content creator who's doing things practically 3 months in advance. I'm very surprised that didn't one-shot. Feel like a time traveler at the moment. I've just taken all my Christmas decorations down from the overlay. In fact, let me very quickly pause the timer here. That's what the Christmas overlay looks like. We do have a Halloween overlay as well for the Galvantula challenge. Because Galvantula is the Halloween challenge this year. We're keeping the arachnid theme going from last year. I believe D1 has done them in X and Y. And D1 is a very, very, very good content creator. An all-round lovely person. So if you're not subscribed to D1, what the hell are you doing? It's free to subscribe, and I'm sure you won't regret it. I don't have anybody who edits the videos for me. I am far, far too picky about exact cut points. Only I know exactly what I'm going to say in each video. So I know roughly how long each transition should be. What TMs don't we need? Don't have hands, got a better move. Don't need that, don't need that. Not going to use that, not going to use that. Not going to use that, nor that, nor that, nor that. Should have 4 nuggets to our name. We've only got 3 nuggets. Oh, I know why. Gonna risk encounters here. Need to get that nugget, that rare candy. And while we're at it, actually, you can get some more free cash money moolah by going and talking to him and getting the charcoal. Now we can do our vitamin shop. He speaks to the right cashier. Stands to reason we're going to need as much calcium as possible in us. We're going to get 6 calcium and the rest will plonk in protein. While we're here, we'll also PP up Earthquake a couple of times. And we will get return. Not that I think we're going to use return on this one. But that is the shop all done, and we have just hit the hour mark for this stream. That means I'm going to pause the timer at 55:10. I'm going to take a very quick 3-minute break. Time to stretch, get a drink, maybe get a quick snack as well. Do the self-care in this break, and I'll meet you all back here around about 3 minutes past. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. I hope we're all rehydrated and raring to go for the radio tower. We'll unpause the timer at 55:10. Let's get on with it. There's no time like the present to do this. Not a particularly fun part of the challenge, but it needs done nonetheless. I reckon, you know, we've got our almost final learn set for the challenge now. We'll replace Hidden Power Ice with Ice Beam after the League. Then we should be good to go for the rest of the challenge. We do, of course, have quite a long way to go, though, before we get to the League. Meant to click Earthquake there. Finish it off with Hidden Power. I have one of the Generation 8 fossils coming out in December, actually. We're doing a bit of a celebration of all things Ice-type in December. I am very excited for a lot of those challenges. The only trouble with having Earthquake, or having any ground-type move, is the potential to misclick it on flying types is very high. I think they did make it have fixed base power from maybe Generation 6 onwards, maybe even earlier than that. And I think they fixed it as 60 base power. Oh, Avalugg could be very difficult. Hopefully it's not Hisuian Avalugg, though, with its 4 times weaknesses. But at least when the challenge is over, you can say Avalugg at that time. Normal Gen 6, hopefully it won't be as bad as you are anticipating. I do want to pick up another Bitterberry en route, but now is not the time. I'm glad it made you groan. That was the point of that joke. Oh, I'm always wishing for cash. Don't worry, A Gamer's Tale. I think we all are, though, in this life, aren't we? Wouldn't it be nice if just everything was free? Welcome in, Seth. We had a huge struggle at Rival 2. But since then, you know, not been too bad. Let's see how we get on now against rival number 4. We'll start off with a one-shot on the Golbat. Out comes Meganium. Completely agree there, Oddish. I just want some nothing time, if that makes sense. I think it's been a hectic year for a very long time. For a very lot of people. A hectic year for a very long time. A hectic year for a lot of people is what I meant to say there. The fish is doing well now, I would say. Had its struggles at Rival 2, even with a triple amnesia, but we are more than making up for that now. And of course, unless he goes for Giga Drain, Red is going to have a 2-turn Grass-type move. So the big threat at red should hopefully be gone. Because we can easily set up against the Pikachu. Worst we'll have to do is Charm Dodge. Will it be Gloom and Doom against the Gloom? No, it won't. Let's use one of our elixirs. Now we'll also use a super potion just to be safe. Fewer, well, no once-in-a-lifetime events would be nice. And we definitely don't want anything as serious as what you've just said. Swap the Never Melt Ice now for the Scamulet coin because we do want to get Ice Beam. No thank you to Future Sight. I could see a use case against the Snorlax, but I think our other moves are going to be significantly better. I'd like to see more Pokemon spin-offs in general, to be fair. One shot, please. Fantastic. 2 more rockets left to go, thank goodness. More Conquest, more Mystery Dungeon. Pokken 2 would be good. Just more Pokemon content that isn't main series. There we go, Radio Tower all completed. I would love to see a sequel to Colosseum and XD. They're such good games. That's not quicker. We'll risk it for a biscuit there. And this should be the last proper Pokemon Center heal we do. There'll be one in the league, but that doesn't really count. Now we're into our final Jotonian gym together. I really hope things stop being so piled up against you, Gemma. It was one smokescreen, for goodness sakes. Level 48 acquired. And even though Mike is a cool trainer, we had to knock out his Dragonair there. Thank you for the compliments on the back sprite, GG. Let's take on Claire. Can probably get away with Earthquake on these Dragonair. Hidden Power Earthquake on this. Probably the play. Yeah, perfect. Claire's going to have a little tantrum as normal, so we'll have to make our way into the Dragon's Den. Then it'll be onwards and upwards to the Pokémon League. And that's the Rising Badge in 106.30. Not that bad considering all the struggle we had at Rival 2. Could definitely have been an awful lot worse. We just want to fly to New Bark this time. He should be nice and easy to take on. We've got Earthquake for the Magneton. Well, thank you very much, the Shankar, for your very kind words there. Where are those Max Repels? We'll plonk them up towards the top now as well. Thinking very carefully who we want to take on in the next little while. Probably shouldn't have taken her on, but a bit late to change our mind now. We'll get a Bubble Beam to the face as we two-shot the Starmie. Trouble with Earthquake is it's only got 10 PP, so it really does wear down when you're skipping Pokemon Center healing. We avoided Joyce, that's always good. One-shot the Victory Bell. Try Earthquake on the Kinglet. Oh, critical hit there, saved the day. We'll also Earthquake the Flareon. Revenge for the Paris hidden Bugsy's gym there. Finish off the Golduck as well. Then I think we'll Surf on Beth's Rapidash. Max Elixir acquired, Repel's worn off, perfect. We'll use another Super Repel. We'll make our way into Victory Road. No need to pick up the Earthquake TM either. I doubt we're going to be forgetting it. And if we do forget it, it's a very quick fly back to the Indigo Plateau. One last hurrah of the Meganium there. Rest of the battle should be very easy. And we say goodbye to the rival in 1 hour, 9 minutes and 44 seconds. With that, we're at the Pokemon League, so the first thing we'll do is heal up, whether we need to or not. We'll say thank you to the HM friends, so it's big thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, merci to Paris, and the biggest thank you of all goes to you lovely HM friends with the green names in the chat. We'll get our 4 full restores, We'll do a cheeky little save and we'll take a look at our stats going into the league. Level 52 with 208 HP, holding the Scamulet coin, with Surf, Earthquake, Amnesia and Hidden Power Ice, 125 in attack, 113 in defense, 123 in special attack, 118 in special defense, and 101 in speed. And of course, those are the outer battle stats. Will get a big buff in battle, as we'll see now, against Will. He's our first league member. He is, of course, a Psychic type specialist who leads with Xatu. Leech Seed isn't great, but we can probably work through it. Biggest threat is going to be this Slowbro, but I'm hoping he uses Amnesia. So we should two-shot just like that. Range on this, maybe? Oh, we one-shot. Well done. Up next is, of course, Koga. Let's see how we get on now. That is very kind of you to say, Seth. Of course, there's never any obligation for anybody to join the HM Friends. I tell you what, as soon as we've had our accuracy dropped, or the enemy's evasion has increased, we have been struggling to hit today. Let's take on Bruno. 2 down, 3 to go in this gauntlet, should we say? Actually meant to Amnesia turn 1 then. Just in case of pesky punches from the Hitmonchan. It goes for Mach Punch in the end. That's more than fine by me. Can't see Cross Chop doing too much. Healing Loop now activated on Bruno. That means there's nothing he can do. Full Restore, Bitterberry, HP up. We're ready for Karen. She is, of course, our final league member, a Dark-type specialist who's going to lead with Umbreon. I swear I put on a Bitterberry then. Maybe I didn't. We'll just run in with lower accuracy. It'll be absolutely fine, I'm sure. No, taking a reset there. Where did that Bitterberry go? Did I toss it by accident? Oh, the item storage is full. That makes more sense. Don't think we're ever going to use the Mystic Water again. Wrong berry. That's why I've got the time pause for this bit. Right, should we try that again? We got the Gen 2 miss, that's all we needed really in this battle. Everything else should be very easy now. Worst she could do was paralyze, and she didn't even do that. Well, let's now move on to Lance. First of 3 Dragonite coming out to play. As we grow to level 56. No thank you, Fisher. Now we've just got Scaradactyl and Charizard afterwards. Charizard first, nice and simple one-shot. Wing Attack barely tickles us. Thank you, Lance, for a very simple battle. 114-42 through the league. Final Hall of Fame time of 114.58. Let's unpause and let's get Kanto done. That'd be an interesting challenge, actually, using just one-hit KO only moves. Something I could consider as a stream, maybe, at some point. Gonna spend all our money here, or most of it. Because we want to get ourselves Ice Beam. What's if you actually use the item in front of you, doesn't it? Don't think we're going to need all these rare candies, but I'm going to pick them up just in case. I think the only big threat at red should be that pesky Snorlax. Especially now that we've got Ice Beam. Right, let's get out of here and get ourselves on the boat. This bit always feels so unnecessary to do. Especially this battle. Came up in stream the other day. Why are we responsible for making sure this sailor isn't slacking off? Of course, the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. Gonna get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. And while we're in the neighborhood, there's absolutely no reason to not take on Lieutenant Surge straight away. Worst he can probably do is that quick attack. Skip the super effective where we can. Just save a teeny tiny bit of time. That's Surge done in 118.47. Sorry, lady, I just burst into your house then. Struggles at Rival 2, but other than that, it's been very, very smooth sailing. Once again, we'll avoid using super effective moves as and when we can. Some Pokemon, especially like this Executor, we are going to have to use them. We are taking a bit of a risk taking on Erica quite early on, but could be absolutely fine. We've got Ice Beam, we've got decent special attack. Can't really see anything going too badly wrong. Famous last words, of course. But we'll take her on in battle and see what happens. One shot on the Tangler to start off with. Of course, Jump Up is 4 times weak, so we knock it out in one as well. Might as well continue Ice Beaming to guarantee the one shot against the Victory Bell. And we'll also one shot the final Pokemon. The Blossom, of course it was Blossom. This is the single hardest piece of movement in the game at the moment. Still getting used to it. Trying to get that max elixir. I will say, Whiscash does have a very long, but very spindly mustache. Now it's time for everybody's favourite pushover, Janine. No issues, of course, here. Nice and simple battle. Soul Badge in 121.29 rather. Not 101.29, that would be very, very impressive. Lance was 5 one-shots, 6 one-shots, however many Pokemon he's got, we one-shot all of them. No real surprise there. Combination of Hidden Power Ice and Surf is more than capable of taking out Lance. I have no idea why they made the Kanto gyms as weak as they did. The only assumption I have is that they thought you were going to start with a fresh party as soon as you got off the boat. But even then, they're just not great, are they? Even someone like Sabrina's fairly easy. Very well could have been a very last minute addition. We have one last slog of the game to do. That is, of course, Nugget Bridge. We'll get through it together. It'll be fine. Three down, 4 to go. They would definitely charge per region as DLC. They'd probably start you off with just Kanto. And then every couple of months they'd release DLC for the other regions. We are through Nugget Bridge. Why am I trying to cycle in Misty's gym? Let's take her on, shall we? One shot to start off with against Golduck. Not quite a one shot on the Quagsire, but we'll finish it off with an Ice Beam. Two shot the Lapras, maybe. Perish Song is terrible. We now have to one shot Starmie, which we do absolutely fine. Where are those max repels? There they are. Zap Cannon acquired, not that we can use it in this instance. Off to Lavender we go. We'll get the X-Spin card so we can expin our radio. And we'll go and wake up Snorlax. Had one of those Gen 2 7-turn sleeps. Yes, RIP Dave's in chance for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon I actually really like as a move. It might only hit half the time, but that guaranteed paralysis really does make it worth it. Especially if you're running a slow Pokemon. Because then you ostensibly get 2 free turns if your Zap Cannon hits. Take on 3 Drill while we're in the neighborhood. Say goodbye to Sandslash, and we'll take on Brock now. Shouldn't be any issues at all. I think we're just going to hold Surf to win on this one. Zap Cannon animation really is good. It's a shame we don't have animations on just to save time. It's one of the better animations. Welcome back, Luke. Only 2 more gym leaders left to go now as well. Rare Candy, activate Blue. And Blaine, I don't want to be insulting to him, but he's hopeless. We've started working on the sprites for Shinx. It's proving to be a little bit harder than we thought, though. The shapes, especially of Shinx, are particularly hard to get with just 2 additional colours in Gen 2. It's very much a sprite issue over a coding issue. There we go. Turns out it was arranged this entire time. Nice critical hit there. Three-shot the Gyarados. Choice of moves for the Arcanine, really. I don't really have any interest in playing ROM hacks. What was I looking for here? Probably the Max Elixir, wasn't it? That would make sense. There we go. Much of a muchness to me. Fan games, ROM hacks, still not much interest at all, I've got to be honest. I enjoy the coding side of making a ROM hack, but I like to keep my experience to just the regular Pokemon games. Even with a challenge run like this, there are ways that I could then bring this Whiscash up through to Generation 9. I get to keep an attachment to all the Pokemon I run. Well, that's something you can't really do with fan games or ROM hacks. I'm just going to waste this repel here, actually. If there was a way to bring Pokemon from fan games into Pokemon Home, for instance, I'd be more inclined to play. I feel like you lose some of the attachments to the species. Let's take on Red. See how badly this goes. Well, we're outsped by Venusaur. That's not a great start, is it? Legends Arceus was like that with me. I didn't want to replay it. I think it just had the magic of one of the first-time playthroughs and then no real desire to play it since. Still don't outspeed the Venusaur, right. At worst, it's a speed tie now. We've frozen the Venusaur, so the biggest threat is now gone. We'll just one-shot away that. Perfect. And we've frozen Snorlax. This is looking very good so far. Don't want to tempt fate, though, because that happens. We're through Snorlax, though, and we are on to the Blastoise. Just one Pokemon left to go now. It's Charizard. It is going to be weak to Surf. Whether it's a one-shot is a different matter. It's not quite a one-shot, but it is all over for Red now. We grow to level 71. We defeat him in 134-34. Now, I did, for the first time, actually have a little prediction to myself before doing this backport, and I expected around about 150, so I am very happy with 134.34. Getting the leaderboard all generated up, it will take a quick second or two. Take a little swig of drink while we're at it. Favorite run, are you talking in general or are you talking backport only? Those are two very different questions. In general, I would probably say Macargo. It's the first run that really made me think about what I was doing. Puts us in 23rd place on our streamed backport leaderboard, in between Spinder and Gliscor there. A very, very respectable time, considering we had all those issues at Rival 2. I am very, very happy with that time overall. Don't think we could have asked for much better of the Whiscash. Now, of course, there is one more thing we need to do before we wrap up stream for the day. We are going to go to the PC. We will attach our mail onto Kenya. It's time for Kenya to go back to where they belong. So Kenya, you've been a great help over the last 100 minutes or so, but it is time for you to go home. And I am sure we will catch you in the next one. But we will, as always, save in front of Nurse Joy. And with that, we are done for another challenge run. There are a couple of things I do want to very briefly mention before leaving stream today. The first is if you are interested in a fun little backport not in Pokémon Crystal, you may have seen the game being given away slightly there by the background. I have started doing backports in other generations now. So while we wait for OBS and Gamehook to catch up, I will just fill a little bit of time here. Oh, Gamehook has completely died on me. We are in Pokemon Yellow for this one. If I get my Pokemon Yellow mapper up, then do I have a Generation 1 overlay very quickly? I have backported Smeargle into Generation 1, if that's your kind of thing to do. It does come complete with sketch. That is available on the website trainersquidgy.com. You do want to play that. There is also a patch to the challenge run update so that Hidden Power is more customizable. That's something else I've been working on in the background. But with that, unfortunately, we are done for another stream. So I do just want to thank Will Wayne for joining at Pokeball Tier right before stream. I really hope you enjoy your early access content. And talking of content, we do have another video coming out tomorrow. So if you are interested in watching the pre-records as well as the live streams, I am very delighted to say that for all of you non-HM friends, it's Lugia coming out tomorrow. For all of you HM friends, it's going to be Electrode in Pokemon Crystal. And with that, I will say thank you all so much for watching for another stream. I'm back on Friday with an egg move redo of the Golduck line. I'll see you all then. So have a lovely couple of days.